Welcome to game number 2 of LaSh versus Blade in Golden League number 2 2023 edition. And LaSh just won the first game of this series. It is a best of 5, so Blade still got plenty of room left, plenty of wiggle room. And what do we have here? An opposite mirror. What more could you want in life? Who doesn't love a good opposite mirror? Wonder what's going to happen. How many challengers we have? We have a berry opening for LaSh. Blade going for the sheep opening. So big contrast. Of course, next patch coming out this week. I have patch notes on the YouTube channel. Go check them out. It's going to feature a lot of changes for the Absent Dynasty. They are changing all of their age ups up. It's going to be quite fun. And the map we have here, this is Rocky Canyon. Let's take a look. They really like these maps with ponds in the middle. Now, unlike the previous map we had, this one does not have any fish. There's no fish out there. So we just got a little canyon here in the middle, a little divot, some berries mid, which could excite some absent, some cliffs there. Careful, I don't want to fall off of there. But yeah, kind of a similar layout, I feel, to that previous map, but a rather open one. This would be a great one to have in the map pool. I would love to play this map instead of, like, I don't know, French Pass. So he's got his 7 on berries, 3 on gold, and next one we'll be building the House of Wisdom. Now, in the Absent mirrors, of course, I've played a lot of Absent. I played Absent all the way up through Conqueror 3 one season. I just played Absent. Typically you see players going for stone in here in transition and going for second town center, third town center, maybe even fourth town center. And sometimes you have players that'll go for like 2 TC, maybe some aggression, maybe even like a move into castle age a little early. But we'll kind of have to keep an eye on what their unit composition is going to be, what their exact build is going to be. Now, as far as age up goes, let's see who gets it in first. Now, LaSh with this build will probably get his wheelbarrow first, though he is going to need to chop down the straggler trees to get that wood he's going to need. Yeah, there we go. He's got that built. And there you go. LaSh has clicked up. Let's see how many seconds earlier than Blade. Blade has not yet. There we go. Just now clicking up. So you can see there, several seconds. That can really matter. All those seconds add up here over time. Okay, so we have our lumber camp here on the north side of Blade's base, and we'll see if he goes for stone. Looks like his stone vein is to the north. For LaSh, his stone also kind of to the north, but kind of behind his base from what I'm seeing here. As far as expansions are concerned, if I was thinking about putting down another town center, we've got some berries here. That'd be rather aggressive, but he could put one there. We've got some gold out here to the south side. There's the deer patch. This is kind of exposed, but could have perhaps built it out here. But this is, it's pretty exposed. I think maybe this could be a better spot. There's a deer patch there and some wood. Might be a better spot for second TC. As far as Blade goes, he's got his berries here, which he hasn't eaten yet. He's got deer on the open. Berries down here to the south side. I mean, this wouldn't be a terrible spot. Also, this could be a good spot. We got berries and trees. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing that's like shouts out to me, like exactly where I'd place it. I think could be see what the players do. But there we go. Blade going for stone. So clearly going to be going for a second town center. Of course, the Abbot said they get cheaper villagers, right? Their fresh foodstuffs, they get a 50% discount on their villagers in the next age. Now that's going to change in the next patch, so be aware. Fresh foodstuffs is moving from the House of Wisdom, which you can't see here, over into the town center, and it's only going to give a 40% discount. 30%. I think I remember the exact number. I'll have to double check what they put on the official patch notes. And then there's going to be an upgrade called Fertile Crescent, which will make all your economic buildings cheaper. So your houses, your town centers, your farms will all be cheaper. So a lot of fun new things coming out for Absid soon. It's going to be pretty fun. Okay, so Blade getting 7 stone there right now. Or 7 villagers on stone, rather. And LaSh really focusing on getting that golden age. We see 2 houses being dropped down. And he's going for stone as well. So we'll see who gets the first town center down. Now looking at wheelbarrow, we do see wheelbarrow has been researched by LaSh, just now completing that. So going to be a bit of a difference in the build orders. Now where is that trade-off? Where LaSh has gathered extra gold for that wheelbarrow early on, Blade did not and has instead prioritized the stone. So Blade will be able to get his second town center up faster. Now we see a Golden Age 1 being activated right now. That was for LaSh. So little differences, right? We got Wheelbarrow, we got Golden Age. LaSh still working on that. He's gonna put his town center down soon. Gonna be connecting this. Will that get the Golden Age? Not quite yet. Okay, so going on down here, going for those deer. Okay, so gonna be placing out on these deer. We'll want to probably drop those down. There we go. Gonna be taking shots at those. There we go. So there's our second town center out in the deer patch, and Barry's kind of in between there. A decent spot. Always good to get those deer. Of course, each one of those having 350 food. Walk around 2 villagers and killing those nice and close to the town center. There we go. So second town center is up. LaSh still not placing that second town center yet, but does have the Golden Age. So you know, it's a lot of comparisons. There's a lot of number crunching to see. Honestly, I see players do what Blade is doing. Skip Wheelbarrow and go for the second TC early. And you see players go for the Golden Age Wheelbarrow rush. What's really going to matter is this kind of middle game. And Blade disrupting the deer. Look at this, trying to spread them out. What is better in my opinion? I would imagine that the fast town center is better because having more villagers, going to be more resources. Despite I don't know, but there's also the Golden Age. Like, I think the calculation is really hard to do, but I think just getting that second town center down faster is probably better. It probably can also be a little bit matchup dependent too. Okay, so Blade doing a good job spreading out this deer, kind of gonna cause some extra walking time for those villagers. Only build this with 5 villagers, by the way, and continue to get stones. So he's gonna be going for a third town center, no doubt. Looks like LaSh will be as well. Now, one thing to note, Blade still is not in the Golden Age. Okay, so going for that town center there. Sometimes what I like to do is put my second town center. If I know my opponent like this is just sitting back, sometimes what I like to do, like in Blade's situation where he doesn't have his Golden Age yet, I like to just like set that second town center like right by the stone. Like right here wouldn't be a bad spot for a town center. You'd protect the berries, and then you can just like keep gathering that stone. Like just slap it down and keep getting stone, and then it like will count as part of the grid. Like this isn't connected, so like it can help get you that Golden Age faster. But there's a lot of choices, and there's gonna be even more choices getting into the next stage. What a great way! Any way you want to play Age of Empires, you can with the Abs of Dynasty, especially in the next season. Okay, moving on down. Going to be putting the third town center by the gold and the berries. So not a whole lot of action yet, but we do have 2 town centers for both players. A third town center for Blade. Looks like LaSh is going to be dropping a third town center as well, also by the gold. Okay, so very similar strategies from both. The only difference really being no Wheelbarrow or Golden Age for Blade yet. Okay, so soon we'll have some action likely out here on the map. We do have a horseman. Wait, so LaSh did build a stable, and he did build 1 horseman. Just kind of scouting out to see what he can find, but he's not really getting value with that. So that could slow him down a bit. But we do see Blade doing the same thing. I don't know. It's not going to be very consequential. Building a little wall in the back, trying to stop any run-bys that might could happen, no drive-bys. It's interesting that he hasn't gone for any of the berries yet. Just going for the deer. He's going to save the berries for later on. Saving them up for the winter. Okay, so 37 villagers for Blade, 34 for LaSh. And you can kind of see the resources the players have. Of course, LaSh has had, you know, that Golden Age and Wheelbarrow. So, you know, as far as that comparison goes. And Blade right now, bringing out his horsemen, trying to see what they see. But they're really just, it's kind of the horseman scouts going to be running into each other out here. I don't think really any villagers are going to be picked off at this moment. Seems like they're in pretty safe positions in general. We'll see. He might be able to get something here, but I don't think so. Yeah, looks like a villager moving out mid. I don't know if he's going to build a wall, or is he going to build like a farm or something. I think that might be a wall. Wasn't able to get that villager, but he is able to draw a little bit of idle time. Making 14 villagers stop gathering for a second could be nice. LaSh does need to replenish his lumber camp a little closer to the front. But there we go, we've got horsemen answering. So just going to be a little bit of spear action. One is going to age up. You know, often what I like to do in these matchups is I like to just like double down on feudal aggression. Some players will like just get 3 TC and go straight for the next age or something. A lot of times I like to just go ham on feudal. Like just start, you have such a huge economy, you can just start spamming insane amount of units out and just like flood the enemy. But we do see culture wing for LaSh. So LaSh is going to be aging up into the Castle Age. Culture Wing, of course, is going to have that Preservation of Knowledge tech, which makes all your other research cheaper. So, going to be aging up faster than Blade. Blade, about to age up, but he needs to turn in that next gold. So, guys, 3 TCs up faster, but LaSh is aging up faster. Like I said, it really is kind of a personal preference. Like, you could make arguments either way, but they're very similar. Very similar. Okay, so LaSh going to be aging up. Let's see, dropping more stables. Will this be a knight or maybe even some camel rider spam? The camel rider, of course, being a unique cav unit that has bonus damage to other cav. They don't have a ton of ranged armor though, so where like a knight or a lancer would can go in our town, so that'd be pretty safe. Camel riders are pretty squishy, so you want to take those fights out in the open field, and they don't have this. They can get the same speed of a horseman if you get the blacksmith upgrade for them. Okay, so we've got 3 stables and 2 barracks. So I wonder if this will be like spearmen and knights, or will it be camels? We'll kind of have to keep an eye on that. On the other side, we've got a military wing for Blade. I've been favoring the military wing going into the Castle Age personally. With that, he'll be able to pick up the boot camp, get some extra HP for his infantry, which he does have 3 archery ranges here, which would be a nice counter. He did look like a scout. If he makes knights, he could be able to spam out some crossbows. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on that. This is that tech I was telling you about, camel handling. Increase the movement speed of camels by 15%. Culture Wing used to be the thing everyone would always go up to Castle Age with, but recently we've seen military wing, and that's probably about to change in the next patch. But there we go. He is up. And what's he training? We do see lancers. Lancers are in queue. Not from that last stable though. Maybe you're not paying attention there. Could have got a 3rd one queued up. Building some walls. So LaSh is trying to kind of get some map control there with that. 63 villagers versus, of course, the 67 villagers of Blade. Blade did get that 3rd town center down faster. But all that's not going to matter here once we get into these big fights here in the Castle Age. And he is instantly queuing up 3 crossbows and getting additional ranged attack. That steeled arrow. And going to be getting some spearmen, it looks like, because I see the phalanx upgrades coming in. So looking to get some spearmen to protect his crossbow. So I think we're going to see crossbows. We'll see crossbows, spearmen, and of course he can get boot camp at the House of Wisdom, which will give them a little buff. Versus a mainly, it looks like, cav and spearman army. So I would actually prefer the infantry army in this case, but LaSh is going to have more map control. Blade is able, though, to see exactly what's coming his way. The scout is positioned mid-map, probably about to die, but he sees what is coming his way. He knows exactly what unit comp's coming and how to counter that. And crossbow should do just fine, comes up to the spearman. But Blade needs to get this army out here. He's just only started training his troops. Now, not to mention, by the way, that additional ranged attack is going to also make this... I believe it will also make the town center do more damage. Yeah, because it gets +1. So, as far as being in the he's going to be in the defender's position here, starting out. Has 2 towers down the backside. Each one of these towers can contain 5 villagers if he garrison. So he's good to hide when the raiders come. And there they are, showing up. He knows where they are, can position his army. He can even go mid and cut off reinforcements he wants, but he needs to save these villagers. So getting ready to take this fight. We see the spearmen positioning crossbows with them as well. Some villagers might get caught up here, and this is where that villager difference can be equalized right now. Those 5 villagers going to be slaughtered. There we go. Down they go. And just like that blink of an eye, look at that. LaSh is on top of the villager count. Spearmen bracing, picking off those knights. Knights, of course, being a way more high-value unit. They do stay alive at the last second. Blade forcing the Wololo, which makes the knights have to charge and attack them. He does lose that initial imam there. And a lot of micro from these crossbows. Blade able to get some good value. He did lose his imam. You can see the destruction value. Blade being a little bit of an advantage. The 4 villagers, though, dying for LaSh. So eco's very even now. But losing that... it does stink to lose that initial imam, because it's not a cheap unit necessarily, right? It is 150 gold. I never consider that to be really cheap, especially at the beginning of the Castle Age. But picking off those units mid-map, he's got spearmen and his crossbow. And I think this is a good composition to kind of take this. LaSh might have to reevaluate the units he's making. Man-arms really won't do it versus these crossbows. He is making some more horsemen, which will be good against the Horsemen are going to be great against the crossbows, but the spearmen are going to be a little bit more of the trick here in this unit composition. Going out for those deer out on the map right now. Blade is also continuing to gather those deer to the south. Just going to keep, looks like he has 7 villagers down there. Horseman looking to do a little raid. He's kind of trolling around to the north side. Walling off perhaps the berries to the northwest is what we're seeing here right now. Okay, so still very even. Blade building a springald, just maybe anticipating that perhaps there'll be some siege, but I don't think there actually is any siege that I've seen. So he just wants to make sure he doesn't lose his crossbow. So he's just playing it safe because mangonel would be an issue for this unit composition right now. LaSh does have the mobility. He's able to strike and then run away. He kind of can scout out his opponent, but I think he needs to switch it up. I don't think he can make a horseman. He is going to make a mangonel. Okay, so the Abs do have the ability to do that with their infantry, of course. The score right now is 1-0 in favor of LaSh. This is a best of 5. Knight stopping that raid back in base. Looks like he did get his wall completed. He did. Okay, so LaSh going to kind of go around the army. He knew he can't take that engagement. I think he's just going to try to hit those villagers again. Let's see what he does. Looks like the crossbow does see that's coming. So while he is going to be charging down Blade's villagers, Blade is charging down LaSh. Oh my gosh, LaSh might be not paying attention for a second. I think he was excited with his raid and hasn't paid attention. Spearmen get us around and those villagers are trapped. He moved into them instead of just attack moving. And oh my gosh! Oh! He just rinsed those villagers. On the other side, we do have more Abbasid villagers going down. There are civilian casualties everywhere. Spearman within striking distance of mangonels, but he moves back. Going to get out of that battle. Might want to do spread formation. Did not lose several spearmen. Wow, massive damage on both sides of the battlefield right now. Looks like that tower's gonna be going down, so both players getting a villager pickup. And look at Blade that has less villagers. So even though we saw LaSh lose quite a bit, Blade did as well. Knight going down there with the spearmen. Needs to do something about those mangonels. Doesn't want to be taking shots from those. Trying to get within striking distance. He needs to keep them alive. No springald yet from LaSh. Okay, so, Horseman gets in this. He does not want to lose that springald. He needs to keep that alive. Spearman is kind of staying in the way. Mangonels, though, it looks like they missed that shot. Oh, again, LaSh with just a killer raids. Wow, he's killed a total of 27 villagers and climbing. Look at the villager deficit right now. That's it. Just with that, Blade taps out and LaSh goes up 2-0 in this series. Wow, I thought Blade had the better unit composition at first, but really it was just some killer raids. And Blade just realized he had just lost too many villagers and he's going to tap out. LaSh going up. This is a best of 5, so we could be going to match point here in this next one. If you're watching over on YouTube, hope you enjoyed. Hit the subscribe button, say hello in the comments. See you in the next one.